Why couldn't Mozart pay for his meal at the end of his life? Because he was Baroque. Hi, I'm Nick Parigi, and with the help of my partners Carter Smith and Chase Clemens, or as I like to call him, Chase Clemenza, we will be detailing the inner workings of the opera La Clemenza di Tito by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. More specifically, we will be discussing the most famous arias, Parto Parto ma tu ben mio, sung by Sesto in the first act. I'll be Bach later to discuss more about the opera.
To provide some historical context, the piece we're discussing, La Clemenza di Tito, and all of Mozart's work was composed in the classical era. And obviously we've gone over the classical era in class, which lasted from 1750 to 1825. So, La Clemenza di Tito was first performed publicly on September 6, 1791, at the Estates Theater in Prague. So below is a picture of the Estates Theater in Prague, and obviously you can see it's very detailed, very immaculate, and very expensive. And that was one new idea during the classical era, is that as music began to gain more prevalence and more liking by the upper class, it began to be played more in palaces and very immaculate places, such as you see here. So during the classical era, people began to practice the Enlightenment, which focused on science and reason and human experience. Also during this time period, people were under the rule of strong aristocratic structures in Europe, and therefore much of the music that's written during this time period is written for these aristocracies. The sponsorship of music from these aristocracies is known as the patronage system. So the classical era of music was characterized by three profound composers: Haydn, Mozart, and Beethoven. And obviously our piece that we're focusing on is composed by Mozart. And these three famous composers made up the Viennese school in Europe.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born in 1756 in Salzburg, Austria, to Leopold Mozart, who was a court composer and violinist. Mozart always had a heart for music, as he started composing at the age of 5. By the age of 13, he had written many musical pieces, including sonatas, concertos, symphonies, religious works, and operas. And at the age of 25, he settled in Vienna as a freelance musician to pursue his love for music. Mozart was very well known for his elegant and songful melodies and his talented compositions, and most of his instrumental works combined drama with contrasting moods ranging from lively and energetic to also tragic and sad. He is one of the greatest composers of Western art music known today. He died young at only the age of 35 on December 4th, 1791. Today, Mozart will always be remembered for his many successes in Western art music during the classical era, and many of his pieces are still relevant today.
Mozart's opera La Clemenza di Tito, which translates to The Clemency of Titus, is an opera seria. Operas were one of the many great works that Mozart composed, also can be seen with his Don Giovanni, a combination of both opera seria and opera buffa. This is a new form of a tragic Italian opera in the classical era that is characterized by more serious manners as opposed to opera buffa, a comical opera. It contains 2 acts and is an Italian libretto or script of an opera written by Pietro Metastasio. As stated earlier, the part we are focusing on is an aria. An aria is a lyric song for solo voice with accompaniment of orchestra that is used to express emotion in an opera performance. This specific aria is sung by Sesto in the first act of the opera. The instrumental works in this piece include solo voice as well as an orchestra made up of flutes, oboes, clarinets, basset clarinet, basset horn, bassoons, horns, trumpets, timpani, strings, and basso continuo. Sesto, the voice of this aria, is set in mezzo-soprano, which is a female voice of middle range.
In the opera, Sesto is Titus's friend who is in love with Vitellia. The aria takes place after Servilia orders Sesto to kill Titus and set fire to Rome. Sextus reluctantly but willingly accepts and sings the aria to say that he will do anything for her beauty and love. Above is the lyrics translation for the piece.
This piece is sung with basset clarinet obbligato, meaning that the basset clarinet is crucial to the piece of music and should not be omitted in the performance. To summarize the musical elements of this piece, the genre, which is a vocal genre, is opera. The form is ternary ABA form. The texture is homophonic, and it is mezzo caractere, which is the intermediate style in terms of the melody, harmony, and tempo, which can be translated as benevolent or clement. It also uses forte piano. For textbook reference, we used pages 164 and 165, 184, and 215, as well as the Oxford Music Online website.
Hey, do you have that Opera Girls number? I have the last 7 digits, but I don't have the aria code. Hi again. I hope you enjoyed our insightful presentation about La Clemenza di Tito, and I hope my jokes have only been a minor inconvenience. Have a great day.